Hey folks, it's Jang here with a quick look at the physical toys that come with the fun packs for LEGO Legends of Chima for the LEGO Dimensions game. Each figure has its own uniquely printed toy tag, the NFC tags, but the prints are very similar between them. So if you're actually using these without the figures on the bases and you're just using the bases for play, the easiest way to distinguish these, if you have multiple ones, is to look at the color on the side. Each one has its own unique little emblem down at the base for the tribe, but it's easiest to just see the colors from a distance. These are all from the final Fire and Ice kind of sub-theme, and they have their appropriate garb with the very similar tops actually sharing the legs between all of these. But I appreciate the fact that they each have their shoulder armor and chest armor in gold, and those are full, and they have the fire emblems on the front. They also have their tribe-appropriate golden weapons that are infused with the Fire Chi energy, and oh no, I put Eris's weapon in her left hand. What are we gonna do? All told, these figures are pretty much appropriate for near the end of where things left off with the Chima story, but they don't have their fire harnesses, and I'm glad for that because those make all of the figures look even more similar. I think they have a little bit more differences this way. They feel a little bit more distinct. This is Laval's Mighty Lion Rider, and I think they did a great job of getting that lion head in such a small scale. It's immediately recognizable. You can immediately connect it to a full-sized toy. I also really appreciate getting those wheels with that pattern, with the split 5-spoke pattern, all black, and not having the extra and more common little silver bits that are painted onto them normally. Got some fire elements coming out towards the rear, and you can actually stand or kind of sit a figure on this. There's a little joint in there, a little hinge. Does allow the mouth to open up on this, even though it's such a small little build. It doesn't do all that much, but all of these pieces do get used in the rebuilds. And what you get in-game pretty closely matches what you actually build as a physical toy. Here's the first level of upgrade, the Lion Blazer, which gains the ability to fire forward. And of course you can get the instructions for all of these builds online on the official LEGO Dimensions website. And there's the Fire Lion, which has the Chi mode attack, where the head has gone up and the arms are out there and blazing fire forward. Krager's Swamp Skimmer also looks very appropriate for the tribe and for the character, but this is on a completely different scale. This is much closer to actual standard minifigure scale. So as a result, to me, it feels like it's supposed to be a much smaller thing. It does have good detailing though. These are supposed to be the eyes represented here. So there you can see the crocodile kind of whole head and face. Got the water jet to the rear, and also has the exhaust ports that come out. And once again, all the parts of this get used for the rebuilds. In-game, the default build looks pretty much identical, and it only goes on water. It can be put on land, but it just barely moves. It's really intended to go on water. Same thing goes for the first level upgrade, which gains firepower towards the front, but there the build in-game looks a little bit different, becomes a little bit larger, more bulky towards the rear. You can't really see it all that much in this picture, but then this second level upgrade, or the third level of vehicle, the Croc Command Sub, looks very different in-game and has a completely different build and look to it. Some things are preserved, but for the most part it's just much larger. So it's a little bit tougher to connect with this one as the thing that you'll end up seeing in game. It's a little bit more abstract. Eris's Eagle Interceptor is the largest of the three builds, and I feel it's the most clever build and the most impressive just all over. Really nice detailing on it, really nice close connection to the shapes of the full-sized Eagle Interceptor build. I think it just looks really good. You also have the ability to change the angle of the tail, so you can move that up and down. You can also change the angles of the wings, although they're not able to angle up, but you can get them flat or you can bring them down. And there you can also see that there are little talons under there, which are nicely connected using minifigure weapon pieces. And even the sloping and the Chi slope pieces in the dark blue color towards the front kind of represents the extra feathers that come forward, that angle forward a little bit. So this one to me is looking really good and very authentic. The in-game version is actually scaled up just slightly, not a lot. You can still see a lot of the same pieces used in the same places in the same ways, but some things have been swapped out. They do scale it up a bit to fit a little bit better with a figure actually going in there, but you can still very clearly get a good visual connection between the two. So I feel like it doesn't seem like a completely different vehicle. It's not too abstract in that way. The Sky Blazer is the first level of upgrade on this one, and also again in-game has a little bit of an increase of size, but not too much. And this is the final version, the Eagle Swoop Diver, which gains extra firepower. And I'm not a big fan of this one just because of the positions of these nozzles up on the tail. It just seems a little bit awkward to me. To be honest with you, I feel like all three of these will be very poor sellers because LEGO really completely closed out the Chima line, just brought it to an abrupt and complete end as far as the cartoons and all of the products. But I think if you are a serious Chima fan still, it's worth getting one of these. Pick your favorite tribe or your favorite little extra build on the side so that you can unlock the Chima adventure world in game. There's no additional level, story level or anything that gets added on, but it is nice to get that unlock. I don't really see any serious reason to collect all three of these. It doesn't really give you that much extra value, especially since you're just really getting a figure and a small build and no additional in-game content to really speak of at all if you already have one of these and then you end up getting more. So pick your favorite and just go with that. That's it for my look at these three. Please share your thoughts, what you think about these, if you have a favorite out of these, and whether or not you feel like these are good value for what you get, not just for the physical products, but also to be able to unlock something in-game as well. Thank you very much for your time and watching the video. Thank you in advance for your feedback, and I'll talk to you again very soon.